The Laboratory of Mathematical Chemistry was established in 1984, almost 30 years ago, as a partnership between colleagues which were aiming to explain the properties of chemicals as a function of their structures. The approach is not a new one. However, the last 2 decades, combined with advances in information technologies, this allowed to form a new branch of theoretical chemistry called mathematical chemistry. And here is coming the name of the lab as Laboratory of Mathematical Chemistry. First years, or maybe first decade of the lab, was more oriented in academic research, where the properties of chemicals have been related with fundamental features of chemical structures like topology, symmetry. Last 2 decades, however, the scientific activity of the lab has been refocused in the direction to predict endpoints which are supporting the work of environmental agencies, chemicals and cosmetic companies. I could call this period as a period of the producing professional science. The major scientific activity of LMC is molecular modeling. That means to relate the properties of chemicals with their molecular structure. This activity became very important last years, and not only because of the concern for animal welfare, but also the economic reason, given the fact that prediction of properties related with environmental behavior of the chemical and their toxicity is becoming important in terms of the last regulations which are coming worldwide. Such a regulation and registration is in Europe, and it's called REACH, which is associated with registration of all chemicals which are imported and produced in Europe. According to this legislation, up to 2018, there should be registered somewhere about 30,000 chemicals. And the registration is coming with battery of endpoints. And experimental testing of these toxicological endpoints is very expensive, and as I said, is associated with problem in terms of sacrificing many animals. However, this registration allows also to use 2 theoretical or alternative tools for predicting toxicological outcome of the chemical, which is provide a replacement of experimental testing. LMC has developed software associated with biodegradation, bioaccumulation, acute aquatic toxicity, or as we are saying, for environmental fate and ecotoxicological endpoints of the chemicals. Along with that, we have developed models for predicting genotoxicity, skin sensitization, receptor-mediated toxicological endpoints. The main feature of the models which are developed in LMC is their mechanistic transparency. Mechanistic transparency is an important feature allowing each prediction to be justified, which is extremely important in acceptance of the prediction coming from mathematical models. So in case you are proceeding from chemical structure up to the ultimate toxic effect, we have processes associated with speciation of chemical structure, metabolism, interaction with macromolecules. All these stages are subject of modeling and simulations of the models which has been developed in LMC. LMC has taken part in the following project of the 6th framework program of European Union. These are RE, Protect, Alarm, No Miracle, Osiris. Many regulatory agencies and government institutions are using the models and software developed in LMC. Largest chemicals and cosmetic companies worldwide are using LMC's models and software. The scientific products of LMC could be estimated with number of publications. It's more than 200 publications which have been cited in more than 2,500 other international journals. Currently, in the Laboratory of Mathematical Chemistry are working 35 people, among them full professors, associate professors, and I would like to say that due to interdisciplinary character of our efforts, we have programmers, statisticians, mathematicians, chemists, biochemists. Last 8 years, LMC has been involved in developing of so-called OECD QSR application toolbox. This is an attempt of OECD to harmonize the efforts in modeling of toxicological endpoints worldwide. The project is funded and supported financially by European chemical agencies. In fact, the toolbox is the largest collection of knowledge, public data, and tools allowing so-called data gap filling or prediction of properties, toxicological endpoints, and other properties of chemicals. And as such, it is widely used right now in the world.